Coming up on the AnglersChannel Bass Wrap-Up Show, brought to you by Sportsman's Warehouse. We visit Palatka, Florida for the annual Wolfson Children's Hospital Charity Tournament, and we go behind the scenes for the Bassmaster High School Finals. Plus our Ranger Under the Lid segment, Strike King gear review, product spotlights, and more. Let's get underway from the grand opening of the latest Sportsman's Warehouse location in Seminole, Florida. Hey everyone, welcome to the AnglersChannel Bass Wrap-Up Show, brought to you by Sportsman's Warehouse. Today we celebrate the grand opening of the latest Sportsman's Warehouse store in Seminole, Florida. Sportsman's Warehouse continues to grow, providing outdoorsmen with everything they need to be comfortable and successful in the outdoors. From fishing and hunting necessities, kayak and boating needs, all the camping gear you'll ever need, as well as clothing, footwear, firearms, ammunition, plus find specialty items focused on your local lakes. Trust me, Sportsman's Warehouse is your premier outfitter. Bass anglers across America can be counted upon to serve their community and help those in need. Well, for 33 years, anglers have participated in the Wolfson Children's Hospital Bass Tournament, Florida's largest fishing tournament, attracting hundreds of anglers looking to land some huge Florida bass and raising money for a much-deserved charity.
Started in 1989, the Wolfson Children's Bass Tournament has helped the hospital provide specialized treatments and state-of-the-art life-saving technology to children in need. This annual tournament has raised over $6 million thanks to sponsors, supporters, donors, and the hundreds of anglers signing up to participate each year. This year's event focused on funding life-saving equipment and technology in the C. Herman and Mary Virginia Terry Heart Institute at Wolfson Children's Hospital. Anglers of all ages left the Palatka City docks and headed out to catch the largest bag of the day, and with their sights set on winning that $10,000 grand prize. It was a tough day of fishing, but you wouldn't have guessed it based on the bags that crossed the stage. Big fish of the tournament was caught by Jeremy Galloway and Jay Flossits, winning them $5,000. All right, folks, with Jeremy and Jay, and they caught the big bass in the 2022 Wolfson Children's Hospital Tournament. Great cause, a lot of fun, and profitable for you two today.
Yeah,
Good day.
take it.
Yeah, I hear you. So on a tough day of fishing, man, how you catch a big bass on the river out here?
It was pretty much luck.
It was sheer luck.
But we were just fishing the mouth of actually the Aqua, and we had a couple fish, decent fish, and 2.5 pounds, 3 pounds. And I just fired a worm up by the pads, and it hit it, and I mean it took off. Set the hook and told Jeremy, get in the net and get it now.
Worm, lily pads, probably post spawn, big old female, sitting up there eating.
Yep.
Old school, man. I like
there
that.
it is.
And the winning team of this year's tournament was Wyatt Kinney and Austin Black with a weight of 29.89 pounds, almost 4 pounds ahead of second place. They took home $10,000, and they took home a bonus for having the third biggest bass of the day. That was worth $1,000 more for the 8.36 pounder. Obviously fishing went well today. How'd you catch the fish?
Caught them a lot of different ways. We caught a pretty decent bag first thing this morning, early on the bank. We probably had 23, 24 pounds first thing this morning, and nothing's went wrong all day. I mean, we caught just another fish here, another fish there. We hadn't done nothing wrong today. Everything's went right. All the fish came in the boat. We caught some fish deep, some fish shallow. Pretty much a variety of ways.
Of course, the biggest winners are always the children that benefit from a great day on the water every year at the Wolfson Tournament. See you next year from Palatka.
This portion of the AnglersChannel Bass Wrap-Up Show, brought to you by Sportsman's Warehouse, is sponsored by Ranger Boats, powered by Mercury, by Strike King Lures, and by Costa Eyewear. There's more to come.
groundbreaking designs, unsurpassed quality, and unshakable confidence. Welcome to the Ranger Z500 and Z100 series. Leading the industry for over 50 years, these rigs are custom crafted and loaded with more features and advantages to deliver the ultimate ownership experience. The legendary Ranger Z series. Unleash next level performance. Mercury, go boldly.
Pro-inspired, pro-designed. Tested and proven by legends on the water. Dominating the tournament trail for over 50 years. Everything you need, one legendary brand. Strike King.
All right, here we are, guys. TV back with another Under the Lid brought to you by our friends at Ranger Boats. Still in the 520R from Angler's Choice Marine, and probably the second most favorite box or lid, well, outside the cooler, right? You gotta have the cooler, that's gotta be a good one, but probably the second most favorite is the rod box, right? And everybody likes a good rod box because it holds all the tools, right? So we're normally used to a rod box as Ranger owners with the tubes, right? We have the tubes in the center box, which is great. We're not gonna store a lot of rods here. You can if you want to, but mainly in my boat and the way I rig it, it's gonna be my tackle. You got your rod box here. We've got two shelves. Top shelf, obviously your longer rods. If you look at the way the boat's built, your longer rods can go up here. There's an 8-footer in there. It fits very easily. Nice, simple, slide it in, it's in good. There's no more notches or holes to put rod butts in. It's another shelf with a bungee cord in here. So what happens is you slide the rod in with the bungee cord up and you can put it underneath there. It's gonna hold it in place. There's 10 rods in here right now. Very easily can hold, 15 to 20, depending on how you stack your rods and how well you take care of them. We use rod gloves. That's key to most any boat now. You gotta have rod gloves to keep your rod safe, but a very clean, efficient way. It's got this really nice foam traction pad in the bottom, keep things safe. They got rid of the carpet on the inside of the rod box as well. Less weight. We all like less weight in a boat. Like my Rely on lithium batteries, we gotta have less weight. Less weight up here with no carpet in the boxes. Makes it really nice. Got that foam pad in the bottom. You got plenty of room for a ton of different rods here. So however you want to configure them, this is the spot to hold all your tools.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Anglers Channel Bass Wrap-Up Show. We're here in Seminole, Florida for the grand opening of the newest Sportsman's Warehouse. We have store manager Fernando with us. Fernando, another phenomenal store, 32,000 square feet, literally loaded with anything outdoors related you can think of. Talk about the excitement of this new facility.
Well, first of all, appreciate you guys being out here, but this is a phenomenal location here in Florida. The store is packed with awesome product. We have anything you can imagine for fishing, clothing, footwear, camping, outdoor cooking, kayaking.
That's awesome. Well, it is busy today, and I think it just echoes the excitement that everybody in the community has for a store like this, which they haven't had before.
The response that we've received even before we open has been just overwhelmingly positive, and people are super excited to see this store open here.
Each market's a little different. You have different needs for the outdoorsmen and the anglers, and that's one thing about Sportsman's Warehouse that I've always admired is your stores really tend to tailor to that local angler, the local waters, much more so than some of the other stores do.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think our buyers do a good job exploring the markets.
I agree, totally. Great job. Well, hey, again, congratulations on the latest and greatest and the newest Sportsman's Warehouse.
G'day guys, Bassmaster Elite Series Pro, Carl Jochimson here. You're looking at one of the most ultimate bass fishing setups that you can possibly get right here from Minn Kota and Humminbird. This is the exact setup that I've had on my boat for the last tournament, and I'm going to give you a rundown of why I love it so much and why it helps me catch bass after bass and compete against the best guys in the world. Number one, if you ask me, Brandon, and a handful of guys that really know and dialed in, it's the Mega 3 360 is almost one of our #1 bass catching tools. It's going to go off the side of our Ultrex, and pretty much it is showing everything around our boat within 100 feet, and we're mainly using it for structure. We're seeing boulders, we're seeing brush piles, rock ledges, drops, and then we're also seeing bass. So when there's big bass in school, at Pickwick, this year at Lake Fork, I was seeing bass follow my jig down on trees. And so we're mainly using it for structure and schooled fish, and 360 is the #1 thing I'm looking down constantly. And so then we go, which adds to 360, is Mega Live, and that's what I'm going to tell you about in next week's episode.
Anglers Channel Bass Wrap-Up Show, sponsored by X-Zone, by Trick Step, TH Marine, Fully Loaded Tobacco-Free Chew, and by Under Armour Fish. We'll be right back.
I feel like ISO Chill definitely allows me to stay on the water longer. When you talk about 14-hour days of practice on the water, that's a long time. And most people are gonna come up with an excuse to get off, and I don't feel like I get that same fatigue, and a lot of that benefit comes from what I'm wearing. Sun protection, breathability, comfort, ISO Chill, honestly, it just helps me be more competitive and stay on the water longer.
Folks, one question people ask a lot is, what type of line material do I use? You know, you got 3 options out there these days. There's old monofilament that doesn't get used a whole lot anymore. You got braid, you got fluorocarbon. You got crankbaits where I'm trying to achieve depth and a limited amount of stretch. I got top waters where I want the bait to stay on the surface and give me a good solid hook set from a distance. Say I'm chasing schooling fish, right? Making a long cast, keeping the lure up. I need to get a good hook set. I've got different needs, so I'm going to use different line. It all comes down to specific gravity. Water has a specific gravity of 1. Fluorocarbon line has a specific gravity of 1.79, generally speaking. It's denser than water, it sinks. It helps get these crankbaits down to depth, keep them down to depth at a controlled depth. It has a little bit of stretch. Maybe I don't really always have that, perfect sensitivity. I'm using a glass action rod with a crankbait a lot, so the fish will move up and inhale the bait before I know he's got it. That little bit of stretch kind of dummy-proofs me a little bit, kind of training wheels. It helps me. So not only does it get the bait down to depth, it gives me that little bit of margin for error that I need with moving chatterbaits, crankbaits, spinnerbaits, subsurface lures, right? So fluorocarbon's a great option in that case. 17-pound test would be a great all-around. 14 to 17, you can just about do anything with those weights right in that weight class. Braided line works really well with topwater lures. It floats. It has a specific gravity of less than 1, which means it floats. And it's got a nice round shape. It's supple. It'll cast a long ways. You give me more distance when I need to stay off of schooling fish. Let's face it, fish come up to the surface, there's a good chance he's gonna see you, right? So long casts become critical when I'm topwater fishing oftentimes, especially when I'm chasing schoolers. I need to be able to get a hook in that fish from a distance, no stretch, low specific gravity, it floats. Braid is the choice with topwater lures. So hope that helps you some in deciding what type of line to use with what type of lure. Again, it all comes down to what you're trying to accomplish and specific gravity. They got plenty of gravity down there at the Sportsman's Warehouse and on sportsmanswarehouse.com.
Welcome back. The best high school anglers across the country gathered at Green Pond Landing in Anderson, South Carolina on Lake Hartwell to figure out who would be the best high school team in the nation. Our blonde girl behind the scene connects with Visit Anderson's Neil Paul to fill us in.
Hey Hey fishing friends, it's Michelle here with Blonde Girl Behind the Scenes. We are at Lake Hartwell for the Bassmaster High School National Championships. And of course I have my dear friend Neil Paul from Visit Anderson. Neil, tell us about this tournament.
Well, this national championship is the first time the Bassmaster High School National Championship's been held outside of the state of Tennessee. And it's an event that we worked on here for the better part of 6 years. And to finally get it in our community has been just a tremendous win for us, not only for the lake and for the facility here at Green Pond, but for the Anderson community to have 314 participating boats this week, teams from 39 states, 2 teams from Canada. You know, it's a tremendous impact locally to our economy, but you know, the lake, again, the facility here at Green Pond that Anderson County's made such a tremendous investment in. And so just to see all the folks here this week, I would cringe to know what kind of the number of cars that we've parked in here this week. It's been unbelievable, but just a satisfying week and really excited to see a national champion crowned today. So final day action here at Lake Hartwell and Green Pond Landing. 314 boats fished on Thursday, Friday, cut to 12. So the top 12 go out today, and they're coming in behind us as we speak. They're going to get lined up. We're going to have a drive-through style weigh-in today, put the kids on the big stage and crown a champion.
They came into this thing after a 2-day wait, weighing in 24 pounds, 12 ounces. Come on up. Bring them on up. We got Mount Pleasant High School from Tennessee. Mr. Evan Wood and Spencer, love it. Let's get ready. They got a 5 bass limit. We got 5 in that bag of it. Come on up here. You only need 5, 6 to take over the hot seat. Not a problem. How about 12 pounds, 6 ounces? 3-day total weight, 37 pounds and 2 ounces. Woo! Nice. Next up, they were in 11th place yesterday with 25 pounds. They have a 5 bass limit. Come on up. South Side, B Branch, Arkansas, Eli Hagan, Nicole Pennington, and they found 5 out there on Lake Hartwell. They had 25 pounds. To take over first place, they need 12 pounds and 3 ounces. 12 pounds, 3. You only need 1 pound, 11 ounce to take over the hot seat. No, I'm sorry, you're flight 1 above 11. You need 12.3. 12.3 to knock the folks off there on hot seat. You got 5 in the bag today. 5 pounds, 15 ounces, 2-day total weight, 30 pounds, 15 ounces. Hold those up. Y'all stay there, you're good.
There's more from the Bassmaster High School Championship after the break. And get your phone camera ready. During our next segment, you'll see the Revital Outdoors Fishing Giveaway QR code appear. Scan with your phone and enter to win.
This portion of the Anglers Channel Bass Wrap-Up Show, brought to you by Sportsman's Warehouse, is sponsored by Revital Outdoors, by Dual Pro Charging Systems, by Vicious Fishing Line, and by Visit Anderson and visitanderson.com.
Let's get back to the High School National Championship at Green Pond Landing.
Oh boy. Brace y'all, Brody y'all. From Frontier, Indiana, they weighed in 25 pounds and 2 ounces, and they got 5 fish from Lake Hartwell. Get loud. She is our only lady angler in the bunch. 10 pounds even, 2-day total weight, 35 pounds, 2 ounces. Hold those up.
What is it like to be here as a brother and sister team?
Having my brother as my partner, it's just truly a blessing. I mean, he's the best brother I could ever ask for, the best partner I could ever ask for. He's a little hard on me sometimes, but I know he means well. He's a great partner. We work really well together, and it's such a blessing to have your brother as your partner because you have that connection already. And
is he your only brother?
Yes, he is my only brother. Yes.
All right. And she's your best sister?
Yep, she's a pretty good sister on and off the water. You couldn't ask for much of a better sister.
Oh, Mount Pleasant's getting comfortable, but oh boy, these guys weighed in 2-day total weight, 26 pounds and 10 ounces. Ty, Trenton, and Chase McCarter from Syrup County High School, Tennessee. You got to get back. You need 10 pounds, 9 ounces to knock off Mount Pleasant. You need 10 pounds, 9 ounces. 10 pounds, 15 ounces, brand new leader. Brady and Brody from Coleman High School, Alabama, weighed in 2-day total weight thus far, 26 pounds and 12 ounces. You need 10-14 to de-seat the boys from Tennessee. 11 pounds, 15 ounces. Ray Blue leaders. And we're playing musical chairs on the hot seat. One of these two schools right here, Wisconsin, or Bass Nation right here out of Alabama. These folks right here from Coleman are going to make it happen. Let's see what happens here. They got 30 pounds and an ounce. They only need 8 pounds, 11 ounces. Not a problem, Wisconsin. 13 pounds! Even your 2022 Abu Garcia Bassmaster High School National Champions, presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Congratulations, you guys won the Bassmaster High School National Championship on Lake Hartwell with 43-1. How does that feel?
It feels amazing. It's a true dream come true.
I'm speechless, at a loss of words.
At a loss?
Yeah, at a loss. My nerves are shot.
Give us a little bit, you've been the boat captain this week. Tell us a little bit about how this lake is different than back home.
Well, first off, we don't have spotted bass back home in Wisconsin, right? So we came here thinking we had to go spotted bass fishing. And so Reese was at school Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, so we couldn't practice. It was just Bryce and I. And we started with largemouth. And I said, let's just try to find our strength. And we caught some decent fish, but no giants. And we had a decent feel for that. And then we spent the next 2 days chasing these spotted bass. We don't have them, right? And we caught some, just not to be dangerous, but we're like, we can't win on that. So Reese showed up Thursday night, and I said, or Wednesday night, the boat's all tied up. I said, we're going fishing. And he goes, we're going fishing. So we got up largemouth fishing, and it's truly their strength, right? We brought Wisconsin here, and the way they fish with that swim jig and that horny toad, gosh, it was right up their alley, and they picked up the rods and they went to work, and it was amazing to watch. Sitting on the boat and seeing these giant fish just attack was really neat. So it was a fun way to watch them catch them. Everything was on top, within the top 6 inches of surface, and it was pretty amazing.
All right, so I'm from Michigan, but I grew up a Packers fan. So one time before you guys go away, let's just go Pack go to the camera, because they're going to win. They're going to go to the Super Bowl this year, right?
All right, that a girl, I like it.
Ready? Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Go Pack, go!
Thanks for tuning in, and thanks to Sportsman's Warehouse and their new location in Seminole, Florida.